Greetings. Welcome to a tabula alba on the relative pronoun, how to decline it. First, if you want, create an empty declension chart. We're going to walk through the declension. You want 6 columns and 5 rows, and you're going to want to label them. Okay. Let's start with the forms that you find in the dictionary entry, Quae Quod, who or what. Quae Quod. Look at quad, it ends in a D. You've seen other things where the neuter singular nominative ends in a D. Is, ea, id, ille, illa, illud, alius, alia, aliud. Now, before we move on to the genitive and the dative, let's take a look at an old friend. Hic, haec, hoc. Take a moment to review the declension of hic, haec, hoc. The declension of the relative pronoun Quae Quod is not exactly the same as hic, haec, hoc, but it does share a certain family resemblance. So take a look at the genitive, take a look at the dative, see what's going on. And also remember that for hic, haec, hoc, you've got that C on the ends of some things that is specifically there for hic, haec, hoc and doesn't show up in the declensions of other words. Here we are. It's the genitive and the dative, cuius, 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 cui, cui, cui. It begins with a C, not a Q. Let's pronounce it. Cuius, cuius, cuius. And you can translate that as whose. And cui, cui, cui is the dative, to whom or for whom. Okay. This is the accusative, quem, quam, quod. What do you notice about it? In the masculine, it looks like a third declension. The man whom I see in the field is happy. Quam, the feminine looks like a first declension. The woman whom I see in the field, quam, is happy. And then quod looks weird, but it looks weird in a way that is familiar. It looks like the nominative, neuter accusative, always, always, always looks like neuter nominative, no matter how weird. Okay, before you go on, try to predict the ablative. Hey, it's the ablative, quo, qua, quo. And it looks like a nice, ordinary 2-1-2 adjective. So, I don't know. The pen, that's masculine, the pen with which I wrote the letter broke. Stilus quo litteras scripsi frangitur. Okay, now let's go to the plural. Okay, here we've got the plural. If you want, at any point, you're always welcome to pause this to try to predict what comes next. What do you think the nominative plural is going to look like? Qui, quae, quae. Could you have predicted this? Not necessarily. And you look at it and you may say, what's going on here? The masculine nominative plural looks like the masculine nominative singular. The feminine nominative plural looks like the feminine nominative singular, okay? And the neuter is, well, it's kind of different. On the other hand, it also looks like a lot of other forms. So we've got a lot of ambiguous forms here. We've got a lot of quae going on in the declension. One way to think about it, not 100% helpful, but still somewhat helpful. If you think about the plural of hic, haec, hoc, the plural is he, hi, hike, and you've got that I, even if it shows up a little differently. Now, take a moment to predict what you think the genitive plural is going to be. Whose or of whom in the plural. The men whose hats I bought are running around. The women whose hats I bought are running around. The animals whose hats I bought are running around. These are hats that the animals were selling, not hats that I bought for the animals. I just wanted to make that clear. Quorum, quorum, quorum. This is reassuring and familiar. Okay. Now, try to predict the dative. Quibus, 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 excuse me. Quibus, quibus, quibus. That's fun to say. Now, you know, I don't know, in the neuter, the animals to whom I gave chocolate were running around. Quibus. Now, dative plural in a given declension is going to give us a freebie. Dative plural looks like ablative plural, and ablative plural looks like dative plural. So we've got a freebie. Take a moment to predict the ablative plural. We're skipping. Yes, quibus, quibus, quibus. The roses about which I had written an epigram were starting to wither. Nothing can last. Now we've got the accusative left. Take a moment to predict the accusative. Quos, quas, quae. So in the masculine, we've got quos, and this looks like a perfectly normal second declension masculine plural. And then we've got quas, which is feminine. That looks like a first declension feminine plural, feminine accusative plural. And then we've got quae, which looks weird, but it looks weird in a way that matches the weirdness of the neuter nominative plural. So there you go. If you want, you can take a moment to chant this lovely declension. Quae, quae, quod, cuius, 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 cui, 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 quem, quam, quod, quo, qua, quo, qui, quae, quae, quorum, 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 quibus, 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 quos, quas, quae, quibus, quibus, quibus. Excellent. There you go. Walete. Bye.